Here we are again, you and me, and this is exciting. Class 6 on today's topic. One, I'll warn you in advance that I have some baby birds that are growing in my window, so you might hear them tweeting. So there's something fun about today. But today's we're going to talk about emotional presence and what that means and how does that apply to your journey. And I'm going to plant the seed today for another concept that you're going to hear again later, on the concept of witness, how to be a witness. But emotional presence is one of the things that, when I think about being emotionally present and what is the feeling that I would have around prosperity, it would be emotional presence. It is being present. And so you'll hear this a lot in other layers, because the things that you're learning in this first year or in this first part, you will see me layer it and layer it and layer it and layer it and grow it and grow and grow it. But how do we get the small things worked out so that we can build upon them to the big? And just exactly like chaos theory, right? We learn to stand, and that when we build one thing, another thing can happen. So when we learn to stand, then that paves the way for you to be able to walk and to be able to run and to be able to skip and jump and do all of these things. So chaos theory is like any of these things can happen. And so as you learn one thing, you'll be available to learn another thing. And that's kind of fun. You can also, because this is a land of free choice, you can also you can also make the choice to go, yeah, I don't want to stand or walk or be in the Olympics or any of that. I'm just going to pick up my remote and click and sit back down. So this is free will. We live in a place of free will. You get to choose. You get to choose a lot of the things in your day. And today we're going to talk about emotional presence. And you're going to hear some of these pieces over and over again, but I'll expand them just a little bit. But today is the day you'll get to probably hear those baby birds. So I don't know that they'll be here in another month. But so when we think about the harmony of all of the parts of the self, right, there's many more. And because you, me, and most of everybody that we know, we are highly complex people. And because we're complex, we don't just add it up on one. I'm going to talk only about emotional presence today, and we'll weave in some of these other parts that click in with them. But remember, emotional presence in the harmony of our parts of ourselves is just one layer, because your life has to add up to way more. There used to be a time where we could just say it has to spiritually, physically, I have a list of them at my desk, spiritually, physically, intellectually, emotionally, socially, financially, devotionally, professionally, and if you're Mickey, it's magically and sometimes sensually, right? So there's this whole long list of what has to add up to be in harmony with all the parts of ourselves, because we're complex. And that starts with emotional presence. And it really is the acceptance. I look at emotional presence and saying, this is the space that I will hold, that is appreciated, that it will hold space, that it will hold space and acceptance for my emotions and me being present with them. Sometimes my emotions are sad. Sometimes my emotions are buzzing and they don't know what they're doing. Sometimes my emotions are a lot of things. So sometimes it is me taking on this role as an observer. And the observer is the concept of around witness. And how do we lay witness? And witness is often about not fixing it and just holding space. If I'm going to witness something, I'm not coming in to fix it. So many times when you come in with emotional presence, what I'm asking you to do in that kind of what is the feelings of around prosperity is not that you have to fix it. I am a superhero healer person thing. Like, I like to come in and fix things immediately. So I have to really stand back and go, hold on, let me be an observer for a moment. And that part of emotional presence is that you are enough within yourself to be present with your own emotions, and you can take it a little slower, that you can behold and attend, that you can just behold. Here are the emotions that are present. Sometimes I am stunned, shocked, in complete disbelief over the emotions that have showed up on a topic that I didn't know I was going to feel sad about something, or I didn't know that that would make me so happy. I didn't know that it would release all these things. So when you are emotionally present, it is holding space for what is here. It is appreciating, honoring the journey that you are on, and not running in and try to fix it. It's not trying to make something all better. It is that witness, lay witness. I will see, I will feel, I will allow it to unfold. And that takes a generous nature. That takes a breath to not get busy, to not find something else to do. It takes a minute to help yourself help yourself. So today, when you're thinking about emotional presence, is I would think about how you can be emotionally present with yourself. That might be journaling. That might be taking a walk outside. It may be taking time to ask yourself some other questions and really hold space for you to understand. Many times when emotions come up to reveal themselves, we get really angry because we're sick of that emotion showing up. But it's showing up, right? If we come in with acceptance and closeness and understanding and curiosity, when that emotion shows up and we don't just, just get all over it stuff, white on rice kind of conversation and hold it, why are you showing up again? But we actually just give it some grace and hold the space and allow it to expand and inform us on our own process. Then we can just lay witness. I just have to see it. I just have to watch it. I don't have to repair it necessarily, but I have to allow it to exist. And being emotionally present with yourself is also sometimes looking at behaviors, right? The thing under the thing under the thing under the thing. And sometimes the thing under the thing under the thing under the thing is that I don't like to do that. Or that I am still mad about something that happened before. Or that I don't actually think that's a good idea for me. Or I didn't have the voice to do something. It isn't to fix it. It is to just be present and to lay witness, that kindness, that openness to the emotions that are present when you are being present with yourself. And sometimes being present with yourself is listening in kind of just a symbiosis of it's okay. And let me just be here with my emotions, with my sadness, with my gladness, with my freaked outness. And then I'll move from there. But it is the first part is to say, I will be in harmony with all parts of myself. And today we're talking about the emotionally present with ourselves. And then we'll talk about it as witness later, but it is always being appreciative. It is being appreciative. It's holding space. You're not there to fix it. You're just there to be present. Take it slow, be nice. And here's a random little piece at the very end, right, of our chat, is this is going to be the largest change that you're going to see in virtual reality education, is that when you look at emotional presence in someone receiving an education in virtual reality, this is how people are taking in content, context, what are their relationships, what is the outward expression that they're going to have. You're going to see this be diluted and into another conversation. Where I want you to have it in your life is to understand that you are there to build harmony with all parts of yourself, to be present and be witness, kind and gentle and appreciative towards you and your process. You'll do it spiritually, you'll do it physically, you'll do it emotionally, you'll do it intellectually, you'll do it financially, you'll do it in all these ways because you're a complex person. So be nice. Be nice and have a great day. But I'm fascinated. I will be fascinated to find out what you gain and how you gain and how you utilize that information, because it's privileged. It's privileged information to listen to your own thoughts. All right. Do the worksheets. Bye.